looking back even to last week and the preparation and everything, I'm gonna continue with Jalen this week as the starter.
Doug Peterson saying what everyone who paid any attention to Sunday's win by the Eagles over the Saints already knew. Of course Jalen Hurts is the starter. Why in the world would you not name Jalen Hurts the starter going forward? When the offense stinks across the board, you make one change and it's all different, and you have your signature victory of the season. You beat the Saints,
right,
who are in the fight for the number 1 seed. Why would – what in the world? Of course you're going with Jalen Hurts. And, we talked about this last night on PFTPM because there was other sound from Doug Peterson where he was asked why he was hesitant on Sunday to name Jalen Hurts. Is it out of respect to Carson Wentz? I said it last night. I'll say it again. I don't get this whole idea of tiptoeing around Carson Wentz. Football is the ultimate meritocracy. If you're not playing well, you get benched or you get cut. Why are we tiptoeing around Carson Wentz? He isn't playing well enough. You get benched. That's how it works. It works at every position on the field. You either get it done or you sit and someone else comes in to get it done.
Yeah.
I don't get the idea that they had to treat Carson Wentz with kid gloves. Maybe that's a symptom of the deeper problem with Carson Wentz. Maybe they've spent too much time treating him with kid gloves.
Well, I don't think that's crazy. I think that they probably maybe have, rolled out the red carpet for him a little bit. That's what happens when you're their top 2 or 3 pick in the NFL, and especially a quarterback. They just give you the keys to the organization. Here you go. You can do no wrong. I mean, even if you have a bad practice, they'll come in and high draft picks can do no wrong for a period of time in their career. You could have a bad practice and the coaches will come in and be like, oh, he was great today, wasn't he? Yeah, I mean, I saw those 9 mess ups, but oh man, did you see how he did that one play? Oh, that one play. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one time I did. You're given that. And that does create a culture of, maybe where we are now. I also think they make excuses for him a little, Mike, and I don't want to say excuses because I think they know they have failed him to a degree as well. I think they know that. And that's why that's why Jason Kelsey stuck up for him so aggressively last week. I think that there's a lot of people within the organization that realize that. But still, having said that, I'm with you. Like, the game is over. You haven't played good in weeks and weeks and weeks. The team looked energized, and Jalen Hurts did well. Just answer the question after. Hey, Jalen Hurts is a starter. Obviously, we won the game today. Did you see the energy we had on the field? End it right there. But now, we sit here and talk about it a little bit more.
It is an awkward spot for the Eagles, and I still can't think of a situation comparable to this where a guy gets drafted at the very top of the process, plays well enough to get a second contract. There was no question. There was no dispute. There was no why in the hell are they paying Carson Wentz. We're like, oh, yeah, they're paying Carson Wentz. Smart of them to get ahead of it before it gets more expensive. And then the bottom just kind of drops out the second year after he gets the new contract. So there's no playbook out there. There's no case study that they can delve into. They are the case study.
Yeah.
They are what other teams in the future will look to figure out how to handle it if they pay a quarterback who they should have paid and all of a sudden he loses his fastball. That's the thing about franchise quarterbacks, and that's why they get treated the way that they do. There's never a doubt that they shouldn't be the guy on the field. They are the best at what they do, and they go out there and they do it. But if you consistently can't do it, that's it. It's over. It would have applied to Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. It applies to Patrick Mahomes.
Of course.
Hey, as long as he's Patrick Mahomes, he's playing. If all of a sudden he stinks and he can't throw straight and he can't make decisions right and the Chiefs lose and lose and lose and lose and lose, he's going to be on the bench too.
Right. I mean, we saw the 49ers bench Joe Montana for Steve Young just a few years after he had won 2 Super Bowls and still had gone to the playoffs every year after those Super Bowls. So it does happen at times. We've seen it happen. John Elway, they drafted, Maddox out of UCLA because they were a year or two of average play. And, oh, gosh, so you're right. Nobody is immune to it. I don't care who you are. And, of course, there's more circumstances and situations around Carson Wentz than any of those guys with the Nick Foles Super Bowl and all of that. But, at the very least, hey, Carson Wentz can sit there and watch that game a little bit and take some notes from Jalen Hurts and just go, the biggest thing from Jalen Hurts, first off, the speed. When I watched the film back yesterday, it's better than I gave him credit for, really, coming out of college. And it was better than the Saints gave him credit for going into the game because they did not have really a game plan for him. They spied him a few times, but for the most part, Mike, we talked about it. They kind of just played defense like, hey, we're expecting the Philadelphia offense. Well, it wasn't all the way. And his speed was that was the change of the game. The fact of his design runs, his scrambling runs when he dropped back to pass, and then there was nothing there, and he could break the pocket and run there, then hitting just the open receivers that were there. And then the most important thing is there was no negative plays in the football game, which Carson Wentz has been delivering up for the Eagles every other play. It's negative, interception, sack for 7, a loss of 7, whatever. None of that happened with Jalen Hurts. He took care of the football. There was really no negative plays, sacks behind the line of scrimmage, nothing like that. And he helped with the field position battle. And look, the game's simple. You do things like that. The other team made a mistake or two. I don't care who you are in the NFL. You're ripe to lose a game. And the Eagles and Jalen Hurts took advantage of that.
And look, they have to ride this now. Last year, they were 5-7. They won 4 games in a row, and they won the division. As we've mentioned, I think we mentioned this yesterday. I definitely mentioned on PFTPM. They have 2 teams they have to jump now, which is going to make it harder. But they're onto something with Jalen Hurts. They got to let it ride. They drafted him for a reason. Or maybe for many reasons.
Yeah,
look, There was a second-round pick drafted 6 years ago by the Patriots, and what did it do? It helped nudge Tom Brady to the highest levels that we've seen from him this decade because he got pissed off, sorry, London, that Jimmy Garoppolo was picked. They could have used that pick on somebody else. Are they trying to lay the foundation to replace me, et cetera, et cetera? He responded in a positive way. Carson Wentz crumbled. According to Jay Glazer, it shook his confidence that they drafted Jalen Hurts. So, hey, you apply a little pressure to the situation. It breaks one way or the other. It's broken in the way that Hurts may be the guy, and now they have to figure out what to do with Carson Wentz, which is something I'm sure we'll be talking about throughout the months of January, February, and into March when they make a decision, whatever it may be. Sean Payton and the Saints obviously helped contribute to what happened. You, as you pointed out, they didn't have, in your estimation, a clear game plan for stopping Jalen Hurts. Let's listen to what Sean Payton had to say in the aftermath of the game, because some Saints may see that what Payton had to say sounds a little familiar. Here he is.
So when you talk about preparation, and I know yesterday you started mentioning that the team may not have been prepared, is that mostly just game planning and scheming, or is some of that mental?
No, listen, don't listen to what I'm saying. All right, I didn't say the team ever wasn't prepared. I said, man, we looked flat. We didn't look ready to play, and that's a reflection on me, and it's upsetting. And so I've got to do a better job of making sure. I don't think we played well in any phase. I'm watching it again right now. Offensively, it's sloppy. Screens, the nakeds, the run game, it looks awful. And defensively, they're still running. The quarterback's outside the pocket. All the things we didn't want to allow happen in that game. We can't kick a field goal early in the game, 2 weeks in a row. That's a problem. So that's where we start.
Refreshing when a coach says that it's on him to get his guys in the right mindset to play, prepare them to play, have them ready to go, press their buttons. Of course, it's the coach's job. That's why anytime Aaron Rodgers comes out and says we didn't have the right energy, we didn't have the right mindset today, I always say that's a passive-aggressive shot at the coach, because the coach is the one who's responsible for ensuring that. But Shereen Williams noticed something. We had this last night on PFTPM. Last year in November, the Saints lost at home to the Falcons 26-9. The Falcons were horrible at the time. The Saints were flying high, as they always seem to do the middle of the season. Payton said almost word for word the exact same thing. It's almost like he's got a laminated card that he pulls out whenever there's a loss to a team that they are clearly better than. Just one of those days, one of those things. I take full responsibility for not having the players prepared. It was almost literally the same script. And I give him credit for knowing when to say, it is on me.
Yeah.
It's my fault for not having our guys ready to go.
He's the man. I mean, he doesn't make any excuses ever. That's what I love about Sean Payton. There's no nonsense with him. He's not playing games or anything like that. He wasn't trying to make excuses. He told you, we worked hard during the week, but for whatever reason, we were flat and didn't execute when it came time Sunday. Sunday, I think they fell into the trap a little bit, definitely. An Eagles team that, yeah, backs against the wall, the quarterback change. Okay, man, is this going to really work? We're fearful of can we make it work with Jalen Hurts? We got to pick up for him. And it's the Saints coming to town. They're better than us. All of those aspects. And then, of course, the Saints haven't lost since September. So they're flying high and going, what? Come on, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they're not going to beat us. Like, that's crazy. And they fell into that trap, obviously. And I think, the coaching staff did too. Early the big takeaway I'll take from that is it just seemed like on the offensive side of the ball, Mike, the Saints, when I watched back the film, it seemed like they just thought, oh, we're going to come out and run the ball, and we'll just move the ball however way we want to, and that wasn't the case. The Eagles' defense is very good up front. They got a lot of big guys and can stop the run. But then, like he said, you miss a field goal, you throw an interception on a screen pass, and you rush the throw into a crowd of people and throw it too hard to Alvin Kamara, you make a few mistakes like that. I don't care who you are. You're going to or who you're playing. You're going to be in a tough struggle. They came out in the second half and went to a pass-first mentality, and that's when the game changed a little bit. But it was just too little too late at that point, and the Eagles had just, built up too much of a lead for them to let the comeback happen.
Taysom Hill was pressured on 39.5% of his dropbacks. That's the second highest since 2016. How did the Eagles manage to get so much pressure on an elusive quarterback?
Yeah, a few creative blitzes here and there, all right, just like the screenplay itself. The screenplay was an awesome blitz, Mike. It was one of those where they brought two DBs off the edge, and then the two defensive tackles dropped out inside the middle. So the offensive line, of course, is worried about blocking Fletcher Cox in the middle and doing all that. And then all of a sudden, by the time they drop out, they realize, whoa, I got to try to get out here to get these guys off the edge. It's too late. And that's what happened. Taysom Hill all of a sudden had somebody in his face quicker than he thought, and he threw it too hard. But it was a few creative blitzes like that. And really the biggest thing, Mike, was this. And I haven't seen this since early in the year. The Saints O-line got their butts whooped. That's really all there is to it. They usually win the war more weeks than not. But Malik Jackson, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, all healthy, flying around, that really was the big thing that I took away from the football game. The Taysom Hill run game, the Alvin Kamara run game could never get going because the Eagles' D-line kind of dominated the front.
The latest word on Drew Brees' health last night and halftime of the Browns-Ravens game, I think Shefty said that Brees won't play until he's nearly 100%. They haven't gone full 100% rule with Drew Brees, which often is a sign that they're going to ride the guy who's getting it done until he's no longer getting it done. Yeah. But I think this is a hedge because the belief is he's not going to be ready this week. Jake Glazer pointed that out on Sunday. Brees won't be back for the showdown with the Chiefs. If somehow the Saints beat the Chiefs, if Taysom Hill can get it done against the Chiefs, you want to be able to hold open the possibility of letting it ride with Taysom Hill. If last week was an aberration, I'm not ready to say, oh, he stinks because he had one game that didn't go as well as the others. So let's see what he does against the Chiefs. And if he plays well, yeah, maybe you don't put Drew Brees back on the field until he's 100%. And who knows when that'll be if Hill keeps playing well. But it's going to be a fascinating wrinkle to this showdown. I'd love to see Brees versus Mahomes, but Hill versus Mahomes may be intriguing too.
It could be very intriguing. And, the injury Drew Brees has, like, as it's one of those two, like, don't rush it back. Come on, Saints, you got a chance to win the Super Bowl here this year. Let him get totally back. Don't get it to where, he's 85% back, and now he makes a throw and gets hit, and, the rib cages get extended or whatever it is, and now you're back to like, whoa, we might have to sit him for 2 games again because it's strained like that. That's a sensitive area. So I would not rush him back. I'm not panicked by Taysom Hill. He's got to clean up some things, certainly, like the screen pass, like we talked about. The interception, Mike, on the 4th down, that's another one. He just experienced not seeing the field the right way. He's got Emmanuel Sanders one-on-one with a linebacker down the middle of the field. If he launched, they went for it. They went for a big play on 4th and 1. He's got Sanders. He doesn't pull the trigger. I don't know why. He has Michael Thomas coming underneath on a shallow cross, wide open for a 6-yard completion and an easy first down. He kind of looks in that direction. I don't know if he's looking at the rush or whatever, but either way, he didn't see the picture real clearly. They should have got the first down there. But what happened there? They fumble, and then Eagles went down, scored a touchdown, went up by 10, and that was just too much for the Saints to overcome.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.